Hmm. We'll start in few minutes. So welcome to all of you, Neeta G and Prince. Hmm. Hope we'll have more devotees to come for the session today. Mhm. In the center. So, any reflection from the last session? So far, we'll wait for others to come.
Hare
Anything you
Krishna.
could, Hare Krishna, anything you can recollect, recall from the last session that we discussed?
I actually loved the last session because it made me think about the mind versus intelligence. I didn't know that learning and what I
Hmm.
gain, assume what I can say. The mind is something that we made up, is something static, is something that we create, and through intelligence we can make better decisions or even change our minds. Um, in medicine, what we call is something mind is something um, static, and the intelligence something active that we have to work in. And depending on our intelligence, we create our mind and we create our base. And it made me think the whole week actually.
Oh, good. So, welcome, Simran. Let us start now. Let us start now. Let me start with the invocation prayers, and hopefully other devotees will also join in between. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome to all of you. So Simran, could you tell us a revision of the last session? Something that you can strikingly remember from the last class.
I
Something that
remember we spoke about the difference between, I think it was the mind and intelligence, or like smartness and intelligence. And then
Mhm.
you spoke to us about like the main reason as to why people get anxiety and how you have to know how to control the five senses. And then you also spoke about reincarnation, I think.
Yeah, reincarnation, the soul.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So let me give you a recapitulation what we have discussed so far. So in the first session, it was only with Neeta Madaji. So she and I was there, and we discussed how the Gita is flowing. Each chapter title we discuss in details: redefining success, rediscovering ourselves, repositioning ourselves, remolding the mind, reawakening the divine love. That's how the Gita and readjusting, reconfigure yourself, then re-enter into the material world. So that's how the Gita is flowing. So far, we are discussing just the main content of the Gita, what Krishna has to say. So, first thing, Arjuna was confused whether he should fight or not to fight, or he should escape. Then, from the second chapter, Krishna starts giving the spiritual knowledge. And the first thing Krishna hammers on is that you are not this body. So in the second session, we discussed about some scientific proofs, NDE, outer body experience, near-death experiences, common sense logic, whether we are a bundle of chemicals, that logic, and we also can perceive ourselves within our body. We can observe the body changes over the period of time, from boyhood or girl, from girl to say teenager, adult, old age, middle age, like that. So we being the same person, and we are observing, perceiving the changes that's happening to the body. And we also discussed the body is made up of cells. After every 7 years, all the cells of the body, they're changing. So after every 7 years, you have a completely new body. So it's not that we change the body at the time of, what do you call, passing away, death. Every moment you're changing body, right? According to this principle. And this is proven by the medical science as well. Then Krishna says, okay, it's not just the one thing, you are not this body. Further, Krishna says, you're not this mind as well. Because people resonate a lot with the mind. They think they're the mind. I'm sad, I'm distressed, I'm unhappy, I have this anxiety. This is in the mind. So this is the advantage of having spiritual knowledge. You can have a mental, this initiate your mental dialogue. You can dictate your mind. That's a perfection any spiritual aspirant aim for, to gain a victory over his mind and senses. That's an initial perfection, and thereafter there are further things. So first thing Krishna says, you're not this body, and second thing Krishna says, you're not this mind. Okay. Now in this session, let me share my screen. There are obvious natural questions. If I'm not this body, if I'm the soul, where does the soul come from? What is the destination of soul? Why do we come here? Who we are as a soul? Okay, I'm not this body made of 5 elements, or mind, or intelligence, or ego as well. So Krishna answers them in the Bhagavad Gita. Where does the soul come from? What are the components of soul? What is the destination? Why the soul is transmigrating into different species of life? Then we talk about reincarnation. These are natural questions, obvious questions. Obviously, Krishna, if all from Bhagavad. So in today's presentation, we'll talk about the spiritual world. It's a common logic. Just let me, for a second, I just have to give you a logic. So what does Krishna say? We are this body. So we are a combination of matter and spirit, right? The body is matter, but we are spirit. So logically, conclusively, if you say, I'm the combination, on one extreme in the material world, what you find, everything is matter. That's called material world, where everything is matter, right? Material world. If I'm the combination, on one extreme you find everything is matter, there has to be one more extreme where everything is spiritual. That's how it makes a balance. So this is how Krishna introduced the concept of spiritual world. So the experience of material world we are studying, we are doctors, we have different duties. If you remember, we gave you the key word. We are not human beings who are having spiritual experience. It's a vice versa, other way around. We are spiritual being and are having humanly experience. That shakes the entire foundation of this world. Nobody knows they're spiritual being. They think they're the body. And if they can maximize their enjoyment with this body, that's the perfection for their life. That's ultimate destination to maximize our enjoyment, because we are this body. But Krishna says vice versa. You're not this body. So bodily conveniences or bodily happiness will not be your happiness. It is happiness for the body. At most, it can touch the mind, but not the soul. So other way around, we discussed the story of parrot being encaged in a cage. So happiness of the parrot, which is the soul. So parrot needs nourishment with the food, and the cage also needs polishing. So body has its nourishment. Similarly, the soul, it gets its nourishment with the contact with the super soul. That we'll discuss about the material world and the spiritual world. So our material body belongs to the material world, and spiritual body, when the spirit soul goes to spiritual world, they get a spiritual body. So far we talked about 2 kinds of body. Gross body, which is made of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. And there are 3 subtle elements. These elements are conspicuous by their absence. I mean, you cannot see them, but you can see the effects of mind, intelligence, and ego. You can't see ego, you can't see mind, you can see intelligence, but you can see the effects of the mind, intelligence, ego. And there's another body. So this is called subtle body. Mind, intelligence, and ego combined together is called subtle body. A subtle body is so subtle you can't see, but you can see the effect of it. So then there's another body which is called spiritual body, which is to be gained in spiritual world. So spirit souls belongs to spiritual world. As clear. This material elements we are getting from the material world. Spirit comes from the spiritual world. As simple philosophy. Let me go further. Can somebody read this verse? Krishna gives this analysis of material world and spiritual world. Can somebody try to read Sanskrit, if possible for you? Just read it. I mean, not in any meter or some melody. Just read it, whatever way you can. 1, 2, and 3, or shall I? Okay, let me
I
try.
can try.
Yeah, who is this?
Yes, Nishika.
Nishika. Please give a try.
Yeah. Urdhva moolam ada sakham asvatham prahur avyayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda saveda vit.
This Krishna gives this analysis. This material world is compared to upside down banyan tree. Suppose there's a tree, just like this, and the tree is right on the bank of a river. So what do you see? You see the reflection of the tree in the water. So Krishna compares this. The original tree is the spiritual world, and the reflected tree, the perverted tree, distorted tree on the reflection is called material world. Sorry.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
So anything that you see, I think this is a youth class. I don't know, but in the meantime, let me just complete this one. So anything that exists in the spiritual world exists in the material world also, but in a perverted, distorted reflection way. So just like we have real marble, we have fake marble. So we have real currency, we have fake currency. We have real mango, fake mango. So similarly, in spiritual world, we have spiritual beauty, real beauty. In material world, the beauty is fading, with the age. In spiritual world, we have love. Here we have lust, just sense enjoyment. Like that, just one example. So material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. So what is the nature of the spiritual world? Sorry, yeah. They're the people, they speak as if they are singing. When they walk, it is as if they are dancing. And the water is like nectar. And all the living beings are very pure. And there's no birth, there's no transmigration. The soul originally belongs to the spiritual world. Let me go further. And that is our real eternal home, permanent home, where we can get unlimited, unending happiness, the happiness which we are made for as a soul. We want unlimited, unending happiness, which we cannot experience in this world, in this material world. Not possible. Other way, one and the other way, there'll be some anxieties, some challenges, some ups and downs. That's the nature of the material world. So the goal of, Krishna says, the goal of life is to return back home, back to Godhead. After this, I'll quote the Bhagavad Gita, where does Krishna says, to give you a reference. So why does the soul leave the spiritual world and come to this material world? If we are coming from as a soul from spiritual world, so why do we leave the spiritual world if that is giving us unending happiness, eternal happiness? So that is also been described. This material world is compared to kind of a prison house where you're sent for a treatment. So, and there's an example being quoted there. I'll show you the video after, and then for the Bhagavad Gita. So those are the souls are sent to this material world who try to imitate God for a while, till he realizes his position as a servant of the Lord. Those are the soul who wants to enjoy in this world, enjoy independently of the Lord, are sent to this world. Just like a boy may insist, "Oh, father, I want a car like you." What does the father do? the father will give a toy car. So now child may play with the toy car and be satisfied. So this material world is kind of a toy car. To play with this, and when you're fed up, you come to the father. And so the basic, the problem that we have with the people in this material world, they want to enjoy separate from the God. That was a mistake that was done. And now what does Krishna says? After this, I'll say. So just like out of the water is the situation foreign for the uncomfortable for the, I mean, it's a dying situation for the fish. No matter how much supplies of comforts and luxuries you give to these fish out of the water, the fish will not survive. Similarly, the happiness lies for the fish is in the water. For us, being the soul, we can only be happy in the spiritual world. That is what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Now let me show you the Bhagavad Gita, and thereafter there'll be one video which is from the Bible, and Jesus Christ is telling the stories, because the essence of Christianity is kingdom of God. They describe, they don't say spiritual world, but they say kingdom of God, where the God lives. So let me show you the Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, if you can remember also, you can later you can find it yourself. This is a Veda base where you can find all online scriptures. So in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15 and verse number 6, Krishna describes about his spiritual world. Can somebody read this verse? Okay, I'll read it because just to save time. Na tad bhasyate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yat gatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. That supreme abode of mind, Krishna is saying, that my spiritual world is not illumined by the sun or the moon, nor by the fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. So once they have made a mistake, but they will never again, if they rectify, they will never again come back again to this material world. And by the way, just for your Gita IQ knowledge, the name of the spiritual world, which is given in the scripture, is Golok Vrindavan. It is called Krishna Lok, or it is called Goloka Vrindavan. That's a supreme destination for the soul, where the soul can be most happy with this, with the company of the Lord. Now, let me come back to our presentation. So it's a mistake that people think that by satisfying your body needs, by satisfying your mind, or even intelligence, there are different pursuits in life, you know. Some people are into crosswords, mental games, brain teasers. So they derive happiness with that. It's not lasting. It will stay for some time. And some people are into intellectual feasts, like, you know, solving different difficult logics, algorithm, codings. So it will all, the happiness is also there in intellectual pursuit, but it will not stay for all the time. The soul cannot derive its happiness with material aspiration only. So we are like the lost son of a billionaire father, and we have to revive our eternal relationship with the Father, which is Krishna, to become truly happy. Now, we'll show you one video for 5 minutes. You can watch this video, and this is from the Bible. Perhaps you must have heard about the prodigal son. That's been there. Okay.
A man had 2 sons. The younger son told his father,
"Father, I want my share of your estate now, before you die."
So his father agreed to divide his wealth between his sons. A few days later, his younger son packed all his belongings and moved to a distant land. And there he wasted all his money in wild living.
over.
About the time his money ran out, a great famine swept over the land and he began to starve. He persuaded a local farmer to hire him, and the man sent him into his fields to feed the pigs. The young man became so hungry that even the pods he was feeding the pigs looked good to him, but no one gave him anything. When he finally came to his senses, he said to himself, "At home, even the hired servants have food enough to spare, and here I am dying of hunger." He wasted everything his father gave him. While he had the job of feeding the pigs, the young man became so hungry that even the pods he was feeding the pigs looked good to him. But no one gave him anything. Finally, he came to his senses and said,
My father's workers have plenty to eat, and here I am starving to death. I will go to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against God in heaven and against you. I am no longer good enough to be called your son. Treat me like one of your workers.
But when he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt sorry for him. He ran to his son. And he hugged and kissed him.
Hurry and bring the best clothes and put them on him. Give him a ring for his finger and sandals for his feet. This son of mine was dead, but has now come back to life. He was lost and has now been found.
And they began to celebrate.
Okay. So this story is given in the Bible, and Jesus Christ is narrating the story. So we are like the lost son of a billionaire father. So once we reunite with the father, reconnect with the father, and we'll be truly happy. So the example is given. The Lord is like the roots. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mame vancha jiva loka, jiva bhuta sanatana. Everyone, every soul is my part and parcel. So when we nourish the roots, the part and parcel, the branches, twigs will also be nourished. So if we satisfy the Supreme Lord with our service, we'll be satisfied. Just like if you give food to your stomach, all the senses are recharged. So being the part and parcel, our happiness lies in the happiness of the Lord. So by serving the Lord, we'll be truly happy. So basically, we wanted to introduce the concept of spiritual world, the soul where they have come from. And once they return to the spiritual world, they will never come again into this material world. And the real happiness lies for the soul is in serving the Supreme Lord. Now, let me see for any questions. Or I can show you something also. Any question on the same? How was it? If we understand this basic foundation of the Bhagavad Gita, where do we come from? Spirit comes from spiritual world, very basic. So I think it shakes the foundation of whole entire world, what the people think, how they perceive this world. It changes your outlook, how you see this world. This is a foreign place for us, fish out of the water. But yet, it's not that, okay, we don't belong to this material world, and should we escape the material world? No. There's a way Krishna has told us in the Bhagavad Gita how to live. That's a Karam Yoga, how to live in this world. Knowing that you are a spirit soul and you are covered by this body. You're covered by even your mind and intelligence, but still, how to take charge of your life in this material world. That is there. We'll talk about this in the future. Okay, any question on the same? Anything you have something to say on soul, spiritual world, mind, intelligence, and
I have a question.
yes, Simran.
That you said that in order to be happy, you have to get closer to Krishna. How do you is there like a specific prayer, like something you do that you have to say?
Yes. Basically, the other day we talked about the cage example, if you remember, cage and the parrot example. How does the soul get its nourishment? Any connection of the soul with the super soul, with Krishna, will give the nourishment to the soul. Now, how this connection can happen? One thing is, the foremost is, you read the instruction of the Bhagavad Gita. You read about Krishna. You just imagine how Krishna would think. He has given the Bhagavad Gita, nobody's reading in the world. I mean, there are few people reading. Nobody's interested in the Bhagavad Gita. So first thing is, you read the Bhagavad Gita, understand the message through and through, in totality. Second thing is, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has summarized the essence of all teachings, that one who chants the name of Krishna, that's also there in the Bhagavatam, he's performing the topmost devotion service to Krishna. So that's how we emphasize on chanting this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I've given you 2 or 3 ways. First is reading the Bhagavad Gita, chanting the name of Krishna, worshipping Krishna. And there should be some picture of Krishna where you can offer your prayers. Obviously, we'll give you more prayers in future. I mean, as you become more advanced as an aspirant, praying to the deities of Krishna, offering whatever you do, offer it to Krishna. Offer your studies, offer whatever you eat, offer to Krishna. Perhaps in future class we'll take this verse where Krishna says, whatever you do, dedicate it to me. So that's an art of it, offering everything to Krishna. So in one of the verses, Krishna says also, those who are taking, just enjoying the things of the world without offering to me, they are stena, means they are thief. I've given everything and they're not asking me before enjoying the things. So that's a principle. We offer our bhoga, our food to Krishna first. That becomes prasadam. So basically, through the medium of prayers, reading his instruction, by chanting his holy name, we can connect with Krishna and you will feel the effect. I'm not somehow physically with you, because when I'm physical there, I can chant with you. So you feel that vibration altogether. How does it feel when the soul is connected with the Krishna? The part and parcel connects with the whole. Okay. Now, any other question?
Yeah, Rasala, I have a question.
Okay, Damodar Das.
Yeah,
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hmm.
Once we meet again with Krishna in the spiritual world, is there any chance to fall again in the material world?
Again, let me show this verse. I forgot. Thank you for your question. Let me share my screen. I think, Simran, you have to leave now in 2 minutes. Let me summarize. The important thing I forgot to mention. Krishna guarantees. Well, in this verse also Krishna guarantees. And I'll show you one more verse just to authenticate, validate the point. In the translation, those who reach it never return to this world again, because now they have experiential learning. Oh, it's too bad to be in material world, away from Krishna. So once you realize this consciousness. Now, second thing Krishna says, in the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is like the conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is just summarizing everything, and these are the last verses Krishna spoke. And this is the only verse in Bhagavad Gita that comes, Krishna has spoken twice. So this is how to connect with Krishna. Basically, Krishna says 4 things. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me. Simran, can you read this verse, this translation only?
Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
So Krishna makes this promise. I promise you this. You will come to me without fail. Just do the 4 things. Become my devotee. What does a devotee do? He does everything for Krishna. And that's an art of becoming. And that's a process of becoming a devotee. Obviously, we'll share that process with you. The principle is this: always think of me. Always think of. This is what Krishna wants each of us to think of Krishna, become his devotee, worship him, and offer homage in the sense, obeisances, pranam, namaskar, whatever. And then you will come to me without fail. And Krishna says before this is the most confidential part of the knowledge that I'm now disclosing to you. The most confidential. Just become my devotee. Think of me. And you will come back to me. Prati jane priyosime. This is my promise to you. You will come back to me. Okay, I hope that makes the doubt clear.
Okay,
See,
thanks.
why will not fall again? Because now we have the experience of the material world, of being away from Krishna. Once it was a mistake, okay. Second, because now you have revived, rectified yourself. Now there's no point you can fall down again in the material world. Yeah, you can come down on the instruction of Krishna just to uplift the people. So there's the saints, there's the sages who are uplifting the consciousness of the people. They come on the order of Krishna. That's possible. From time to time, Krishna comes. See, Krishna comes on this earth to reclaim us. Krishna was here. Why does Krishna come? Just to reclaim us, just to advertise his pastimes, to attract the conditioned souls so that you read about me, read my pastimes, what teaching I leave it for you. And basically, Krishna comes to advertise, to reclaim, to attract the people. That's the only purpose. Paritranaya sadhunam. Krishna says in the Gita, just to reclaim the devotees. Those who are in goodness, I come to reclaim them, come back to my spiritual world. So Krishna is personal, and take advantage of his association. You'll be most happy because Krishna is always blissful. God cannot be in sorrow. He has one sorrow. He's sorry about the conditions because now his sons or daughters, whatever, they're away from him, and they are having a very bad time in the material world. They think this is the happiness. Okay, we can have more BHK house, more rooms, better place in material world, big car, maybe more bank balance, better job. They think life is all in all. This is all in all. But the life is beyond this material world, which is with Krishna. Okay. I will end here. Any question you have, and you are all can leave. If you have some questions, I'm here for you. Otherwise, the time is up. So we'll meet for the next session. And interestingly, we'll have very great insight in the next session. Perhaps if you make a point to come for the next session, at least. We'll summarize everything in maybe 4 or 5 more classes. Okay. So, Hare Krishna. Wish you all the best. May Krishna bless you. And if you still have a question, you can call me, WhatsApp.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Rasala.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank